Today's community shout out goes to the Kinder Knight. He is an experienced and high quality channel focused on building medieval castles, cities, and details that will keep you wanting for more. Kinder produces a lot of content, and his channel is full of inspiration that you can binge for hours. Help our community thrive by supporting my fellow content creators. Now back to the video. Hey guys, it's DuconRed1 and welcome to the next video in our Project Showcase series. This time, we are back in 1.12 Conquest Reforged on the Darwin Reforged server. This time, we are looking at Arlequin, a mansion built by Danny, or Dan for short. Clearly, you can see his abilities of thinking outside the box, bringing new and exciting concepts and techniques to the table. I specifically want to promote this artistic thought process. This leads to fascinating and original designs as demonstrated with this plot. So now let's get to know Dan a little. He is from the Netherlands and has participated in the Conquest community since 2019. He has a fascination for architecture and art, particularly in regards to Russian Orthodox. It took him about 2 years of off and on building to complete this project, for which he received the expert rank on the Darwin server. First, I would like to point out the waves Dan has integrated into the surrounding water, suggesting that this is an island in the middle of the ocean, using water layering and white marble rocks for the salt foam. These techniques really do a great job of portraying their intent. Surrounding the island are 3 ships of the British Navy, charged with protecting their hold on this territory and the secrets it holds. Each ship is designed to be historically accurate. On the north side of the plot is the HM Cutter, or Cutter-class vessel, a small, fast, and nimble vessel with 12 cannons. The next ship, the HMS Speedy, is a brig-class vessel, designed to be capable. With a decent crew complement and sleek design, it is considered an interceptor with 18 cannons. The largest ship, the third-rate ship of the line, HMS Agamemnon, boasts 66 cannons and the willpower to maintain its ground in any decent fight. A collaboration between Dan and Roll-28, this intricately designed floating fortress is a force to reckon with. Underwater is alive with detail as well. The layered terrain, abundance of corals, fish, a shark, a whale, a dolphin, a shipwreck, and some ruins. Dan cuts no corners in ensuring highest quality, even down here. Next, I would like to point out the terrain Dan foundation his project on. Every bit of it custom layered, detailed, and textured to properly frame in the content of this composition. The island is a weather-beaten, steep-cliffed rock outcropping in the middle of the sea, suggesting thousands of years of waves crashing, slowly sculpting it into its current state. I really like the artistic values Dan integrated with the texturing of the terrain, using gradients to achieve natural weathering, with darker textures in the deeper shaded crevices and highlighted textures on the outer sun-baked faces. This technique really brings out the shape and contour of the terrain. Even from a distance, it is easily recognizable. The trees of this project follow a bonsai style or Japanese artistic variation that creates a very unique atmosphere. In 1.12 Conquest Reforged, the fancy tree-making abilities are not available as we see in 1.18. So Dan had to be creative, using more bushes, grasses, and different foliage options to attain his goals. Along the base of the Duke's mansion are shanty cliff dwellings for the servants and workers. I really like how detailed and unique these dwellings are. No two parts are alike. Over here is a more lavish district for the craftsmen, higher guardsmen, and ranking officers under the Duke's command. Each building is distinct from the other, with fancy architectural designs and innovative stylizations. Here's a neat little detail, a skylift so that the Duke can visit the wealthier district on occasion. All traffic would enter here from the docks and would go one of two ways leading up to the palace. The first way is through this tunnel here, which leads to an elevator or service access. The second way comes through this barbican and up the causeway to the front entrance of Arlequin, which now leads us up to Arlequin, or the Duke's mansion. This build is just breathtaking. The exterior design is elegant yet bold, favoring strongly towards the fantasy genre, while staying close to feasible real-world architecture. The style follows that of the Russian Orthodox architecture, with its colorful roofs, onion domes, and wildly extravagant designs. I'll be honest, I am absolutely fascinated by this architecture and how Dan blended the crazy amount of colors together to result in this masterpiece. Every view angle is unique from the other, nothing repeated, yet everything balanced and composed in a logical sort of way. I'd like to point out the diversity of roofs in this build. Each one is truly an achievement of its own, designed down to the smallest blocks and details. From a distance, you can appreciate the overall values that each roof adds, but closer up, you can experience that depth of detail every block of this project occupies. Not to diminish the exterior of the mansion, but the interiors are some of the most incredible I've ever seen. Every bit of it packed with details. Unrelenting in his quest for highest quality, Dan went to the next level of thinking outside the box when developing these interiors. Just take, for example, the walls, using assortments of some typically unusable textures, seamlessly incorporated into wallpaper designs, architectural features, and paneling. Even the ceilings, every one of them is unique and interesting, using depth values, colorful block variants, and sophisticated techniques. We can tell Dan really pushed himself to be as creative as possible. If you would like to experience a full walkthrough of this build, feel free to watch the second, more thorough showcase of this project listed down below. But for now, we will just be quickly showing each room and its purpose. The first room we enter is the lobby, or entry hall. Directly next is the foyer. Just west of that, the main kitchen. A dining room for the Duke, his family, and honored guests. A cigar room, and a tea room. This is a junction that splits off the dining room, chapel, and throne room. The chapel, and the throne chamber. Going downstairs first, we find a junction. This is the servants' mess hall. Adjacent is miscellaneous servants' quarters, pantries, and other service-type amenities. Coming back to the junction, we then follow a stairs leading farther down. Down here is a room of remembrance for the deceased. And over in here, the family crypt. Now back to the main stairs. We then lead up to the 3rd floor. Through these hallways, we reach the Duchess's room. And then the Duke's daughter's room. Over here, the Duke's bedroom lounge. And then up these stairs to the Duke's bedroom. In here, the giant healing crystal with properties similar to the Holy Grail or Fountain of Youth. Coming back out, we then head over back to where we started. This leads into the next stair junction, but we will first explore across to the other side. In here, we have a bar and some games. And then just across, the study. Coming back to the stairs, we go up to the final floor, which is the gallery, where the dinosaur skeleton, stuffed elephant, and other artifacts are kept. Like I said earlier, if you would like to see more, watch this second video in the description. I can never show everything in concise cinematic videos like this, so naturally, full walkthroughs are a suitable way to truly show the work of these builders. If you'd like to join and see this project for yourself, follow the link below to the Darwin's Discord and ask how to join their server. Once on, warp Arlequin. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to the next one. Till then, bye-bye.